This is the Castaway Island from the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks, and we're going to see it now. Some islands in Fiji are small and uninhabited. Others are home to local villages. Other islands are reserved entirely for tourists. Join us as we sail to Fiji's Yasawa Islands. In this episode, we will drop anchor in front of the Castaway Island of Tom Hanks. Fata Morgana's next stop is Nalauwaki Island, dominated by the volcanic peak Waya. Nalauwaki is one of the bigger southernmost islands from the Yasawa Island chain, with a wide bay on the north side, protected by east and south winds and waves. We drop anchor across the village and kayak to shore. We have to walk along the beach to the village and meet the local chief. We are required to bring him kava root. Only then we can obtain permission to explore the island and take pictures and climb the peak. Hola. A local family invites us for a cup of tea.
Mira and Mira.
Ay, lakan mo video.
Binaka for the tea.
The village chief is not there, so we give our kava root to these guys and they grant us permission to climb Waya Peak. The hike to the top of the hill is steep and not very easy. During strong winds, the exposed cliffs can be dangerous. Usually, visitors are required to use a local guide, but we are an exception and are allowed to hike without a guide. Bits are really treacherous vertical rocky cliffs, and we scramble on all fours. The wind almost blew me over a few times, but the view from the top is worth it. Our next adventure brings us to a small sandy uninhabited island. We can walk around the entire island in just a few minutes. The only fun thing to do here is climb the small palm trees. Soon, we are ready to go back to the boat and escape the tropical heat in the cool waters of the coral reefs. island is Nanuia Balavu Island with its tourist resorts. There are only two ways to arrive here, by boat or by small airplane. The main attraction here, besides the white sandy beaches and coral reefs, is a spot where tourists can go and swim with giant manta rays. Even though it is not the first time we encounter these mystic creatures, we are thrilled! But the current in this spot makes it so difficult to swim here for a long time. We spend the night here and the next morning we head back to another small and uninhabited island.
Approaching the Castaway Island, which is behind this island, and just to see how accurate are the charts when sailing to Fiji. According to the charts, we are on top of land right now.
Monuriki Island, also known as the Castaway Island, is now one of Fiji's most popular islands thanks to Tom Hanks and his volleyball friend Wilson.
That's the island. Maya is super excited to see it.
This is the Castaway Island from the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks, and we're going to see it now. Monuriki Island is the location where almost the entire film Castaway took place, and it is in fact surrounded by other similar small and uninhabited islands, but they have been digitally removed in the film. top of the hill to attempt to hang himself. And cool. Top of Castaway Island.
Action!
I think this is the tree from the movie. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Oh yeah, and he said that if the tree was not sturdy enough, the tree would break off and he wouldn't be able to die. Remember that? He wouldn't fall anywhere. He would be fine. This is one of my favorite spots in Fiji. We spent here a couple of days and nights exploring the island, hiking to its highest point, and snorkeling in the surrounding coral reefs. Tourist boats bring small crowds of visitors for a few hours every day, but the mornings and afternoons we are all alone, and the Castaway Island is ours. In the evening, before going to bed, we watch once again Tom Hanks creating fire, arguing with coconuts, extracting his own tooth, and surviving on nothing but fish and coconuts in the company of his only friend, Wilson, the volleyball, here on the Castaway Island.
Nothing like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.